Oh, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Big Gauchos, the stock and investing show that's completely out of pocket to help put money in your pocket. Once again, Austin back with the boys.
T dollars. Let's get it.
And Dave's back again, so let's get started. What do you guys say?
I say so. I can't wait till it's Friday so you can do your Friday intro. Anyway, we got some bad news from J Pow today, and I think it's what we were all thinking, but he refused to admit until his money printer was broken.
Yeah,
We're
Yeah,
waiting on
what did
that
he say?
vaccine. Well, we're just waiting on that vaccine to come in, and he had a testimony with Steve Mnuchin, and basically they're saying they don't know what's going to happen, and things could look pretty grim, and we could reasonably expect that second wave as well.
Mm, dang, it's not very good.
No, not at all. So it's pretty much nothing he can do. Um, but I'm glad that we might actually finally have a normal market cycle. I don't know what you boys think about that, but I'm kind of excited. Obviously not excited for the disease to keep spreading, but I'm excited that maybe they'll stop printing money is what I'm trying to say.
I wish, but I mean, the stock market took a 900 point increase after that announcement from J Pow.
Yeah, it did. It was crazy. That was yesterday, and then today we saw another 300-point drop, which was
You mean
it.
gain?
Or I'm sorry, gain. Yeah, yeah. It's just bouncing all over the place. Even though this is horrible news, but in today's context, that pretty much makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm happy that it's going up. I hope it continues to go up, and I don't know. I'm interested to see when our new peak is gonna be and what that number will be.
Yeah, I am too. Um, I think I feel like we have a long way to go in terms of figuring out where the top is actually going to be. I'd hope it levels off sooner rather than later, obviously, but it's starting to affect a lot of things, mainly the jobs. You boys seen this 14.7% unemployment rate?
Yeah, that's pretty large.
Yeah, dude, it's nuts.
I have
Um,
seen that the weekly unemployment claims has been decreasing, but that could just be because the people who were unemployed are, yeah, people are already unemployed. So,
yeah, and there's not really any hope of this getting any better because with all the people unemployed and businesses closing, there's no way that this is going to get better. They're saying 1 in 3 small businesses will be closed as a result of all this.
wow.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that wild? Like, not just even on a state by state basis, that's a national thing.
That's so
Like,
much lost revenue and
Yeah,
taxes and jobs and oh my goodness, that's insane.
I know that is. And mainly people's entire livelihoods are being affected by it.
so is that permanently being closed or
Yeah, like completely out of business because of
wow?
all this happening.
Bankrupt.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
So big corporation takeover.
Yep. McDonald's and GE and Apple and Amazon will own every mom and pop store in Arizona and beyond.
That's
Dang.
insane.
I know. I don't want to think that it's going to be real, but it definitely could be. They're way beyond out of the paycheck protection money and the small business loan money, so I think it's realistic. But not all big businesses are still doing good, specifically the Chinese ones. Got some bad news coming in with those today. They could potentially be delisted forever because of a new bill that the Senate passed. They're saying their main gripe is that they don't want to work with foreign controlled companies because obviously they have strong tensions with China right now here in the US.
Hmm.
And I know this kind of goes back to what we've talked about before, like the trade wars that were going on with China and the tariffs. So, do you think it was the final straw, or do you think they're retaliating because they believe one of the conspiracy theories about Corona?
I think it just might be a further escalation in the economic warfare that's going on between us and China right now.
Yeah, it definitely could be, and I don't think the pandemic that's going on is helping at all.
Yeah, major bad vibes.
Could you imagine if Alibaba went under? I
No
mean,
way.
you think, yeah, I know. I mean, you think about all the people that import all this stuff from China on a daily basis just for their companies, and it's mainly drop shippers on Shopify and stuff. But if
Yeah.
Ali, yeah, I mean, they're such a massive company. I mean, I don't know that it would be fair to delist them. You know?
Yeah, I'm just kind of curious what would they do if they did delist the companies? What would they do with the shareholders? Would they just refund them, or would they have to be transferred to whatever China lists their stock exchange on?
Dude, I feel like if they don't even want to have Chinese stock listed on the exchange here, there's no way they're going to transfer it to a Chinese exchange. they'll they'll probably just get refunded at whatever price the ticker close at.
Hmm.
I mean, I wouldn't think they'd lose all their money like that, you know?
Yeah, no, I feel like there would definitely be some pretty angry people out there. I wouldn't be one of
Mhm.
them though, because I don't own any Chinese-owned corporations.
I don't either, just because of the tariffs and all that. So I'm glad I never jumped into that. But you know, Alibaba is multi-billion dollar as well. So I feel like they're, of all people, are going to be able to find a way to get themselves to remain being traded in the United States. Might
Yeah,
might buy some calls on that. Who knows?
or maybe they'll just move over to like a European.
Yeah, true. Or Canadian or something. And they can be with all the weed stocks.
Weed
Cannabis.
stocks.
Yeah,
Speaking of weed
with
stocks,
Aurora.
though, Aurora is kind of coming into the U.S. now. You hear about
Yeah,
that,
they
Austin?
are. Yeah, I've been watching it and I'm starting to make up my gains a little bit, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to perform as well as they did before just because of all the big cannabis companies that are publicly traded, like Aurora and Tilray and Canopy Growth. Aurora is definitely struggling the most. And I saw an article that said Tilray was about to face the same fate as far as the reverse stock split goes.
Hmm.
So I don't think I'll buy any more, but that is interesting. Like I always check every day.
Yeah, yeah, you have to. But on other news, something that will probably make all of us happy is oil futures. They are at their highest point in the last 10 weeks.
Let's go.
Yep, that's right. That's right. We're all pretty invested, so we're happy over here today.
We're
Yeah,
so
so
close.
you guys
So
remember
close.
that at their lowest they were trading in the negative range, right?
Yeah, that's when I was trying to buy, but I bought USO like a dumbass, and it was like $3.10 at the time before the split.
Mm-hmm. So right now the futures are about, I think it was 33 a barrel. So it's pretty decent, it's coming back up.
Yeah, it is. See, I knew we were making the right buy, but I just wish I bought more while the price was still cheap.
Yeah, I mean, I know I still have a little bit more to go before I break even.
I got $4 more. What is it, like $25 right now?
Yeah, something like that.
Right
Approximately,
when it
yeah.
gets to 29, I'm out.
$29. No,
That's my
I'm gonna go YOLO for the long term because Tyler talked me into bitching out of buying more stock in USO.
my guy. It's gonna be a risky one. I'm not gonna lie, because the last time we saw a reverse split was with was it Aurora Cannabis, and there was another company.
Yeah, it was Aurora, USO. There was another one that I owned.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
from
what
you.
was like,
it was electromechanica vehicles.
I think it was Aurora Cannabis, because I remember we were talking about it on one of our podcasts that it went up like 40-50%. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
doubled.
Oh yeah, yeah. That one day it went up 60 something percent. That was
Yeah.
crazy.
And then
Hmm.
I think 2 weeks later it was it lost almost 90%, or not 90%, like 80% of what from that, and it was like below what it originally traded at right when the split happened. So
I'm
hopefully,
st- I'm still super underwater on it just because that split was so crazy, like 12-1. I've never seen that.
yeah. So hopefully that doesn't happen with USO when it peaks out and then crashes again. So just based off watching the Aurora Cannabis, I'm just gonna get out while I can.
Hey, if the futures are back to $30, we should have nothing to worry about, is what I'm hoping.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I
Uh,
feel like there's just other stocks out there that I could probably make more money with.
yes, sir. And we got some more good bullish news about treasury bonds. They're not negative anymore. Isn't that great?
Yeah, so they are really low still. They're near historic lows. So the 10-year is down to about 0.679%. The 30-year is at 1.4%, and the 2-year is at 0.161%. So those are really, really low historically. And it's kind of interesting that the stock market isn't really following the trend of the treasury bonds. They're kind of diverging a little bit.
Yeah, they're totally not at all. And I know they were negative for a little bit a couple of weeks ago. So it's good to see they were making a little bit of growth, but I don't see why any small time investors would continue to do treasury bonds anymore.
So for all the viewers at home, can when y'all explain what a treasury bond is?
Yeah, so it's basically the US Treasury sells them, obviously. They're really only good if you have like huge amounts of money
Mm-hmm.
that you want, that you can't really have in a bank, okay, like for example, Joe Rogan's got his new podcast deal for um mega millions that we'll talk about later. But let's say you had like 20 million that you wanted to put in the bank. It's not really going to earn any interest anyway, and assuming a bank would fail, then you wouldn't get your money back unless it was, you know, $250,000 or less, because it's FDIC insured. So basically, like, mega rich people mostly buy these things to park their money in because, you know, the US government's not gonna like not give you your money back. They're still gonna print no matter what, basically. So even though they're not earning much interest, it's a safe place to park the money. And, you know, even though we're looking at 0.06 and all that, it's still a better rate. And, you know, 30-year too, we got 1.4%. That's still a better rate than any major bank savings account.
Okay, perfect. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's the main purpose of why people buy them mostly.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, for all the viewers that have multi-million dollars, definitely throw it in some treasury bonds. You know,
No,
just have it sit there.
yeah, that too. But for all the viewers that got multi-million dollars, we'll sponsor whatever business you own. Like, seriously, or come do an interview. If you got
Please,
5 million, if you got 5 million or more dollars and you want to blow it on one of our sponsorships, call me or DM me on Instagram
at Big Gauchos.
at Big Gauchos. Yeah, make sure to drop us a follow, guys, because we got Dave posting some banger content on there every day. He's got videos of all the highlights from the podcast, so you never miss anything. And follow us on YouTube too. We got Tyler posting a bunch of highlights there. But yeah,
Yeah,
sponsor
banger,
us if you got millions of dollars.
please,
Please, please,
pretty
I'm
please.
begging you.
So what was that thing you were saying about Joe Rogan?
Yeah, so we're trying to get rich like Joe Rogan. He just signed $100 million multi-year deal with Spotify. He just announced this yesterday. We're recording this on the 20th. He announced it on the 19th. And essentially what it is, his podcast is only going to be available on Spotify, and they're going to eventually upload the entire archive, like backlog of all of his episodes, to Spotify, so everything's only available there. And Spotify is getting exclusive licensing of his podcast starting in September. After that, they're going to have it like fully exclusive as of the new year. So
Wow.
That'll be crazy for him. I've never heard of. Obviously, he was famous before he did the podcast, but still $100 million for a podcast.
That's insane.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying it'll pay off big for Netflix in the long run, but I heard he's already making $30,000 to $40,000 an episode just from ad
Wow.
revenue. Yeah. Well, and he's big time. He's got a bunch of big time guests on there, and he's a celebrity himself, so I can see it.
Mm-hmm. Elon Musk. Let's see, who else do we have?
Pretty much anyone you can think of in like random categories. Like he just had Tony Hawk on yesterday. He's got Neil deGrasse Tyson was a big one. Any comedian you can think of, short of Dave Chappelle, obviously. But yeah, no, he's raking in the cash. So pretty much what that did is Spotify's stock had some pretty good gains today. They're up about 8%. So if you're thinking on investing in Spotify, Joe's going to make you some money in a really roundabout way.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he gets a lot of views, I'm sure.
Oh, he's always the number one or number two podcast. And Joe Rogan Experience is super popular. Even the highlights on YouTube, like the highlight clips get millions of views or hundreds of thousands, and full 2 hour episodes are like millions of views. It's insane. It's a cult following for sure.
That's crazy. So he gets $100 million just for being on Spotify, and then does he also get money for having what's it called, views and ads and all that?
I think so. I didn't fully read into it because I didn't disclose a lot of details, but for any viewers at home too, if you go on Spotify and search for Joe Rogan Experience, there's a little 50-second announcement at the top.
That's
Yeah,
crazy,
it's
bro. This man really signed an NBA max contract basically just for talking.
yeah, he did just for interviewing celebrities, dude. That's such a chill job.
We're next.
He
Calling
hit
it.
the jackpot in life. Yeah, Joe, please sponsor us. Joe, we'll do whatever you want. We'll do any of your Fear Factor stunts. We'll come on your show. We'll eat cockroaches. I don't care. Just if you give us a 2-second shout out in the
Oh
middle of your
yeah, he did Fear
2 hour
Factor
episode.
too, huh?
Yeah, well, he did that, and he's a comedian, so that's how he got famous originally.
Yeah.
Not gonna
Yeah,
lie though, he looks like Dana White.
yeah. That's what I always tell people. And they're both MMA too, because Rogan's a commentator for UFC also.
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah.
And Dana White owns the UFC, so
They're one and the same.
it's pretty much just the same person. That's a conspiracy theory. What do you even spend $100 million on? That's amazing.
A house, some cars, some girls, some food.
Some food. He couldn't afford food on the $30,000 an episode 3 times a week.
I wonder how much buying a private island would cost.
I'll have to ask him. I'll slide in his DMs on Instagram and ask if he's gonna buy an island with all that dough.
I mean, that'd be pretty cool, but that'd probably be a terrible investment.
I know. That'd be a dream. Be on Joe Rogan's show.
He just moves his studio into a private island.
That's our clickbait for this episode. Joe Rogan spent $100 million on what?
True.
Perfect. Now that we got our clickbait and a way to feed people into this, we hope you guys are listening because it's interesting. That's just a joke, but we got the biggest winners, the biggest losers, and of course the sleepers.
All right, hit that soundtrack.
That's right. Ooh, big winners aren't looking so much like winners today. I mean, they're still winners, but these gains aren't incredible compared to Aurora Cannabis.
Okay, relax.
Okay, my guy. Okay, buddy, slow down.
Hey, my guy, MGM is taking some dubs right now. That's what I'm invested in.
They really are. And I'm invested in it too. And I checked it today. It was up 132%.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro,
so
bought in
the
707.
Oh,
so the
wow.
biggest winners are TG Therapeutics and MGM Resorts International.
What is TG Therapeutics into? I'm assuming it's vaccine related, just as a general trend.
Not really, but kind of. They're into biopharmaceuticals, so I mean, not really vaccines, but they're kind of into developing treatments for autoimmune diseases.
Oh, that's dope.
Hmm.
That's a really underserved market.
Yeah, and there's a lot to learn about autoimmune diseases and provide treatments for. And I'm sure there's a lot of government um, funds they can receive for developing treatments.
Oh yeah, huge grants, and they already have the supplies and staff and facilities to be able to do it.
Hmm. But yeah, MGM,
Let's
you
Yeah,
go.
guys have that, right?
I do. I bought in.
Bought it.
I bought in at $7.07. So
Must be
I'm
nice. I got in at 13.30.
dang. That's
Ooh,
still pretty good though.
Yeah, what are they at? Like 15, 16 right now?
Yeah.
around there,
I'm
yeah.
I'm such an idiot. I should have put a bunch more money into it. I honestly, out of all my stocks, I thought MGM would do like the worst, like in terms of gains. Like it wouldn't sustain itself, and they just go completely under.
Well, joke's on you, Osty.
Oh, fucking jokes on me, but I'm still making some good money, and you know, it's kind of makes sense. We're gambling on stocks, and gambling goes up too. That's what J Pow would want.
Yeah, and then all the casinos in Arizona are going to be opening on the 1st of next month. So
Yeah,
stay tuned for that
Wow.
video.
Fort McDowell is actually already open as of the 15th.
Oh, wow. Not bad.
Yeah, I
Is it
wonder if it's like tribal law that makes it different, but we'll see.
Probably.
is it
But
even
yeah,
legal to film inside a casino? I feel
I
like we
always
should
thought
No,
about
I don't think so. I mean, I've seen like David Dobrik do it before, but I say we could risk it. I say we're on the same level.
Yeah, I'm down. Worst case, we have like a hidden camera.
That's right. I think I'm gonna hold my MGM for a little bit longer, actually,
I am too.
just to see what happens once things actually reopen. I'll take my chances.
Me
Yeah, might
too.
as well. Might as well, yeah.
That's in the
Yeah,
long haul.
yes, sir. And then TG Therapeutics, just to go back to that real quick before we do Biggest Losers. I would say I might invest in that or at least look at options trading for it just because, it's not just a company that's solely producing stuff for coronavirus. Like they're diversified. So I feel like that'd be decent in the long term.
Hmm. Yeah, I have to look into it. I didn't really notice too much about it. Um,
You're the doctor,
but
Dave. You gotta advise us on these things.
I mean, I don't know. I think it's an interesting company. Definitely.
Yes, sir. Biggest losers are really interesting today. We got quite a diverse group. I can't even say this.
I think it's GSX
Tech Edu.
um Tech Edu, yeah. Tech
Oh,
Edu,
like tech education.
Tech Education Inc. It's spelled Tech EDU.
Yeah, they're
Interesting.
down. They're down 9.74%. And I found out what they are. It's kind of like Duolingo, but it's Chinese owned, and it's for teaching Chinese and other languages.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. They specialize in language and also online K through 12 apparently.
Yeah, that could be useful during the quarantine, but also they were kind of in the news for some bad press. They got a bunch of fraud accusations for their stock
Mm-hmm.
being traded. Same thing with there was another vaccine company that came out today too, and oh yeah, it was Moderna. Moderna, the CFO sold off a ton of stock right before that announcement, like $19 million worth.
Holy insider trading alert.
Yeah, so it's like, dude, someone call the SEC, really.
Yeah, I
Well,
wonder what the punishments are for these people that are doing these insane inside tradings.
Yeah,
death.
dude. No.
Probably
19
just like a
million.
slap on the wrist, being like, "Ah, did you do that?"
Bad boy. No
That'd be
treats for
so
you.
no treats for you. We're just like meshing these titles together. Joe Rogan spent $19 million on what? Like no context, doesn't make any sense.
No, because there's also a congresswoman whose husband was inside trading, or she was giving him information to do inside trading. But
That's
I'm not
wild.
quite sure what happened with that. That was pretty recent. That was only a week ago.
Yeah, there's so much fraud going on, but I know Dave and I talked about that, and it's hard to say in that situation. Like it would be really hard to tell your spouse they're going to lose all their money if you knew about it. Like hard not to tell them.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's an impossible situation to put yourself in. But I thought it was hilarious because her excuse was that she said, I have no decision, or I have no input in my husband's financial decisions. It's like, really? You don't? You have no input at all into what your husband does with his money
That's a
and your
lie.
money? Yeah, come on. Like, there's no way. Come on.
Usually it's the girl we have to spend our money on. So whatever she wants, we usually do. For all those that are in a relationship, you understand what they
Yeah,
want, what they get.
that's true. You gotta, happy wife, happy life.
Yep.
And then we got Kingsoft Cloud Holdings, which basically cloud servers down 10.39%. I can see that making sense only because businesses aren't open and that's the main client of cloud computing anyway. So, they're probably not using too much data, but they'll bounce back.
Also, I found out that both of the biggest losers of the day are companies that are headquartered in Beijing.
Ah, that's why they're the biggest losers too, because of this new China bill.
Yeah, so I guess investors might be a little bit uneasy if they need to get out right away.
I would be too if I did. I would liquidate those stocks as fast as I could just to try to save my own ass.
Uh huh.
Roll it, roll it over into some Spotify or MGM.
Spotify.
Yeah, yeah, dude. 'Cause Joe's gonna print us all that money. New title: Joe Rogan prints money. Oh, that that would get everyone in so much trouble. J Pow's the only one allowed to print money.
True.
Ooh, boys, I got to tell you something real quick.
Hey, what's that?
What's up?
I'm feeling a little tired.
Yeah.
I'm
Why's
feeling
that?
sleepy because it's time for sleeper stocks.
Let's get it.
Hey. So who do we got
Oh,
first?
This is me, boys. I put this one on there.
hit it, T.
So Ross dress for less. This is my sleeper stock of the day. And the reason is because they are opening their doors once again. And
Yes, sir.
if anyone has a Twitter or is following, it has been trending because there are insane lines outside of Ross and major fights and major deals happening right now. So I can definitely see that increasing their revenues, which will increase their stocks.
I can confirm that I waited outside for 30 minutes today because I saw a Twitter meme where all the shoes were like $10.
Yes, they were. I went to Ross too, and I picked up 2 pairs of shoes that are bangers, by the way. Hyper Dunks. Grew up with them for $10 each. I was just in awe when I saw them.
That's nuts.
Oh.
When I got there, everything was it was kind of booty, honestly.
Well, we went pretty late because all the good deals is in the beginning when they are first open, you know?
Yeah. Well, you
For
got an
sure.
advantage there because not many people wear your shoe size, so that's good. You got
That
you
is
got all the
true.
you get all the good stuff technically.
Yeah, I know. Big 14, 15 represent.
Yes, sir.
And if any shoe company wants to sponsor Big Oucho and send us a lot of gear, slide into our DMs and let us know. We're definitely willing to do it.
Yeah, honestly, you don't even have to pay us. Just we'll give you a shipping address. I'm a size 12, by the way.
I'm a size 14 and large, extra large, and no clothing accessories.
Yeah, and if you put $50,000 in the package, we'll let you sponsor 2 episodes. I'm just kidding. Uh, we got Coca-Cola up here too. I like what Tyler did with the graphic. We combined Coca-Cola and Ross in one stock.
Got you guys.
Yeah, so I put Coca-Cola there because I think it's just a lot of people are really addicted to soda, and people don't really talk about that. You know?
Yeah, I don't drink much soda anymore, but I love a good Coke once in a while. Coca-Cola.
Yeah, I don't see Coke going away anytime soon. I know there are some, in the progressive cities, they have sugar taxes,
New
but
York
I'm
has
not.
that. They're a big one.
Yeah, New York, for example, and maybe San Francisco as well. But I'm not sure that really deters people from having soda. Maybe a little bit, but I think people who drink, like 5 or 6 cans a day are still going to drink 5 or 6 cans a day, you
Yeah.
know?
And what's Jack and Coke without Coke, you know?
Yeah.
Jack and
You got
Coke.
yeah, I mean think about all the bars that have it just as a mixer for drinks, like not even just Jack.
Oh, yeah. Soda in general is pretty good
Yeah, like
alcoholic
every
mixture, I guess.
Yep.
every fast food restaurant, every restaurant you can think of has Coke on with them.
Oh yeah, bro, they got the Coca-Cola freestyle machines like the ones at Wendy's where you got like 150 different soda combinations.
Hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it's
they're
definitely better than Pepsi.
oh
I
yeah,
agree.
Coke's way more innovative and they've been around longer too. And
Coke.
finally, we got Freddie Mac up there. Federal mortgage uh forget what it is. I should know this. I'm in real estate.
Credit
Federal it's
company.
a it's a federal mortgage lender. And I think it's a good sleeper just because everyone's always going to need somewhere to live, especially if we start getting incentives for people to buy houses and stimulate the economy, you know. Might get some cheap rates out of it.
Hmm.
They were Freddie Mac's an interesting one. The stock was up in the 50s back during the subprime mortgage crisis, like right before everything fell apart. They were up like $58 and now it's trading for like a buck 80. So, you know, I might throw a few bucks in and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, if that was high, then
Right. I mean, there's a wide range there because it's a buck 88 today.
Wow.
I not I'm sorry, not even 188. I mean, literally $1.88.
So what was the 52-week high? $50?
Something like that. I can't pull it up right now just because of the, you know,
no, the
of the
52 week high is 404.
yeah.
Okay, okay.
It was
Oh yeah,
before the crash of 2008. It was
yeah.
about 50.
I meant the 2008 crash, not the March one with the pandemic.
Well, I mean, still, like if you buy it at $1.88 or whatnot, and it goes back up to $4, you're doubling and some your money.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, fuck it. I'll just yellow it. I'll do it for the podcast.
Do it. No balls.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
you don't have to go like super heavy either. You can just put it in,
Like
a handful.
50% of your portfolio right now.
Oh, there's
yeah,
no way.
yeah. Keep
No
keep it at
way.
40%. Yeah,
Give it at
I'll
40%.
sell off I'll sell off all my MGM right now.
Do it. 40%. Keep it at 40%.
All right, I'll tell you what, boys. I'll make a wager with you.
Bet.
I'll maybe consider maybe cashing out my entire portfolio if Anchor does our next sponsor read. What do you say? You want to bet?
Bet.
Um, that's some pretty good odds. I'll take it.
Okay. All right, bet. Let's see. All right. All right, boys. Let me read the schedule. Who we got for the sponsor? Oh, we got Anchor again today. Damn it. All
Let's
right.
go.
All
Called
right.
it.
I guess I got to sell my entire portfolio now. All right. Let's hit that sponsor real quick. Thank you, Anchor, for making me liquidate my retirement. You better pay for my retirement. Keep sponsoring these episodes, please.
We love it when you sponsor us.
Yes, we do. Boys, on that note, we got we got a big competition going. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty pissed off today because I wasn't looking at the numbers last night. You know, I was out on a walk with my lady. B,
Mm-hmm.
if you're listening to this, I had a great time. But I wasn't paying attention to the numbers. I just saw what Kanal and Tyler were writing, and I was like, oh, market must have closed around 23 today. I should be fine. And I swore I meant 24, but it's not what I typed.
It's
So
all right,
I'm
Austin.
yeah. I just thought I'd tell that story for the listeners at home. You guys can laugh at me in the comments.
Yeah,
What do
yeah,
you?
yeah.
Yeah. So now the good news is we all have a three-way tie to dethrone Kanal. So at least we're working together.
He hasn't won in a couple days, so we're
Yeah, I think we're really looking to hit it big now.
all right, boys. Let's do it. We gotta take a dub tomorrow.
Yes, sir, we do. What are you boys thinking for tomorrow?
I'll go first. I think it's gonna be another Green Day. I'm in the bullish mindset right now, I suppose. So I'm gonna say it's gonna close at 24,800.
Okay.
Dang, Dave. Okay. All right. Well, I'm kind of thinking the opposite, and you know, in my own head at least, I was right 2 days in a row. So I think it's time for me to be wrong again. I'm just kidding. I'm thinking it'll go up. I think it'll soar pretty high in the first hour to like 24, 6 or 7, and then I think it'll finally settle around 24, 300. That's my number.
24,300. All right.
So just a little bit of a dip there overall.
Yeah, I like how you're thinking, Austin. You know, we've been going up how many points the past 3 days? We've gone up over 1,500 points.
Yeah, bro, it's a little insane. So I think it's time for a nice red day, and then we can buy some of our stocks.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking 24,301.
Are you fucking kidding?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Uh,
This
I'm thinking
dude.
a nice healthy consolidation for the day. I'm thinking 24. I mean, have we had any bad news?
I mean, we get bad news almost every day, so it's usually green.
Wait, tomorrow's Thursday, right?
Yeah,
Yes, sir. Yes,
that means
sir.
jobless reports tomorrow.
Oh yeah, definitely a Green Day. Sorry, Austin. I'm gonna go with Dave on this one. I'm saying we break. Uh, I'm saying we break 20,
29,000?
25,000.
25,000. Oh, okay. That'd be
20,
nice.
25, 25 even. Holy
I would
shit.
be down for that.
I think. I
Yeah.
mean, honestly, I'm assuming that we're gonna have like another 2 million jobless claims for unemployment. So that's gonna bring it up another 400 points at least.
Yeah.
Unless they say that job reports have started to decrease, and then that's when it becomes a red day.
They're like, oh, breaking news. Everyone got their job back, and Dow
Mhm.
Jones crashes to like 10,000 points.
But yeah, I'm saying 25 even. But here, so I talked about this on a podcast 2 podcasts ago about my theory on the market.
Mhm.
So we all know that good news equals red day, and that bad news equals a green day. So it's kind of reversed, right?
Yes, sir.
So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, when we get good news, I'm assuming a lot of people think that the market's supposed to go up. So that's why a lot of people, in a sense, sell their stocks. So that's what causes the red day. So more people are selling than people are buying because everyone knows that there's going to be an increase. So that'd be their time to sell, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I
So
would
that's
agree.
why I feel like the selling outpowers the buying on good news. And it's the same thing reversed. So when you hear a bad news, oh, you think everything's going to drop, it'll be a perfect time to buy. But what happens is everybody thinks that and they want to buy, and that's what causes the market to go up, and it confuses everybody.
Mm. Yeah, I think that's definitely true. It makes sense. Maybe if we follow that, we can beat Canal every day.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I'm betting on some bad news tomorrow. So hopefully a green day.
Okay.
I think
We're
it's
gonna
gonna be
see.
great. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, you guys are right. I forgot it was Thursday tomorrow, but I'm gonna stick to my guns because you never know. I pulled it out with the 24-200 the other day, and that was at the last hour of trading.
Hmm.
True.
One thing I'm curious about with these jobless reportings on Thursdays, because I know a lot of people are being declined. So are they just reapplying, and then that may count towards the next week's unemployment claims, or is that entirely separate? Is that like unique people?
I
Uh,
I was always under the impression that it was unique people, not just people applying for, you
Me
know.
too. Because if you get denied, there has to be a pretty solid reason on why you got denied, either because you're not filing your taxes or whatnot. So even if you reapplied, you're gonna get denied again. So more or less, I think it's a one and done for most.
Yeah, I think you're kind
Okay.
of screwed if you don't get it the first time. So I think these are all new people, which is especially scary because there's like what 150 million in the country, so it's about a third out of work.
In the working class or in the working
Workforce.
age, right? Yeah.
Yeah, or working force. Yeah, yeah. Excuse me. Well, I'm gonna hope it goes down, but we'll see.
Hope it
We
goes
will
up.
see.
Hope it just goes up and just keeps going up because I want the stock market to go to 35,000 by the
I
end of the year.
I want 10,000 by the end of the year, then I'll be rich.
That'd be crazy.
It's the opposite.
I mean,
Well,
I just have more money to invest in, so I still wanted to go down just a bit more so I can input all my buys.
I do too, bro. That's why I'm hoping for a red day tomorrow.
Yeah, I feel.
Well, we'll see if it happens. I'll talk it in with you boys tomorrow, but that's all we got for today. I want to thank everyone for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show. Remember, leave us a video message on anchor.fm/gauchos or biggauchos.com if you want to send in an investing tip. We might just play it on the show. Tyler, do it. Do that thing.
All right, guys, quick disclaimer. We are not licensed brokers, and that everything said in this podcast is our opinions from our experiences. And we just want to share it with you guys because we want you guys to make money. So, whatever we do, we take the losses, we make some money. It's just kind of showing you guys the way to how to make some money as well. And we are not liable for any lost profits or principal, but give us a shout out on any social media platforms. Follow us on Big Gauchos on Instagram, and like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We could really use the support, and we do this because we love it and we love you guys.
Yes,
So,
sir, we do.
so invest safely, Big Gauchos.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Give us a follow or subscribe, like Tyler said. Best way to do it. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, do us a favor, drop a review, rate us, tell us how we're doing. That also helps us out a great deal. And we are always responsible for gains, as we say on the show. Much like a gym bro, if you got gains, we want to see it.
So show us.
Yep,
No,
that's
I think
right.
I'm gonna go and buy a $1,000 treasury bond tomorrow.
You think
30
so?
years?
Yeah, yeah. Might as well, huh?
You might do all right, honestly.
No, I'm just kidding.
All right, we'll have Tyler back to switching the slides next week too. I just want to throw that out there as a disclaimer. It was me this time, guys.
Sorry, y'all. Quick disclaimer that I was having some technical difficulties. That's why you guys cannot see our faces this week.
Yes,
For those
sir.
that are
So
watching the YouTube.
it was unlucky. It's episode 13.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So episode 14. Don't worry, we got it unlocked.
No doubt.
All right. Good night from Arizona. We hope you made some money today.